All right, man. Thanks for joining me, y'all. This is Mike again, and I don't know if I'm going to keep that intro. I kind of like it, but I don't know what y'all think about it. So when I get some input, we'll either keep it or we'll trash it and either go back to the original one or we'll do another one. My idea is to try to keep this as fresh as I can, man, so it doesn't get stale and it just becomes the same old thing, right? And someone also commented, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So who knows? Who knows what the right thing is here? I'm just trying to do, I'm trying to give y'all a place that's pretty groovy to go to, because that's what I like, So I think a lot of you guys, man, I really do, for making this channel what it is. Yeah, I got a soft spot for you guys. Okay, so Corbong Dave, or just plain Dave, as he says. But I like to say the Corbong part because there's other Daves as well. So I want to make sure he understands that I'm acknowledging his contribution to this channel, and I'm appreciative and my gratitude, I guess I should say. Anyway, he wants to hear another Ash Grunwald singing Breakout, Second Story Garage. Let's see here. Okay, so it says Ash Grunwald performs his song Breakout during the Second Story Garage session at the Boulder Daily Camera Studios. Yeah, man. Is there a Boulder, Australia, or is this Boulder, Colorado, United States? I don't know. Who cares? We're here for the music, man, not for anything else. So let me bring y'all up to where y'all can see it. Do you see my finger? Yeah. And so I always call it housekeeping, man, but I gotta mention, one, I do have to pause in the middle of this just for copyright issues. I try not to do more than one. Something might catch my eye and I might just chime in there, but most of the time I don't. Number two is hit the subscribe button and hit the like button. I think out of all of that, the like button is the most important. And you don't have to do it right now. Wait, see if you even like this video. If you don't, I don't want you to have to unlike it, But if you like it, if you like what I'm doing, hit the like button, and YouTube will figure out to push this to more people. It's kind of weird because my videos are showing up in my feed now, and yeah, it's kind of weird. And yeah, no, it's just weird. All right, so that's all I got for right now. Let's get on to Ash Grunwald singing Breakout. And I dig Ash Grunwald, so let's do this.
In my bones, old truck come up to hit and say, which way you wanna go? Say she took my heart and lost and found. I don't care about north or west because I'm going down. All your decisions are just ruled by fear. You misinterpret everything you hear. We grow pale under these dark clouds of depression. I gotta break out. That's why I'm leaving this town. We always say things you get better, not when or how. I gotta break out. That's why I'm leaving this town. The only way things get better is to get out now.
Yeah, I have to pause it, like I told you all at the beginning of this, for copyright reasons. So because it's a reaction video, I have to react. Makes sense. Makes perfect sense to me. So let me just say I like Ash Grunwald and his music. Each one of his songs that I've reacted to have been 180 different from the one before it, which I think is pretty cool. Which, you know, I don't know enough about y'all's artists yet to know if like this Ash Grunwald, he's the one that wrote this song and arranged it, you know, for this, but I think he probably did, just by on the outside looking in. So he's got this electric guitar, and I'm going to call it overdriven, you know. I don't know what it's called when it's, you know, when it's just so much, just the sound of it is like it is. And then with his foot, he's also hitting a drum pedal, and which, if you think about it, is probably second nature, because in his head, as he's doing this, he's keeping time anyway, and he's probably, if that pedal wasn't there, he would probably be just tapping his foot. So it's just, and I've said this before, man, how these talented kids, and that's what I'm going to call him, can do so much with so little. You know, I mean, he doesn't need auto-tune. He doesn't need an orchestra backing him. He doesn't need backing tracks. He doesn't need, you know, somebody singing melody with him. And he still does. He still pulls it off. So yeah, I like it, man. And I think he's very talented. So let's get back and finish this one out.
Wish I knew then what I know now. All the lessons that I learned when I was younger, I had to learn it all from School of Hard Knocks. Now I left myself with concussion. Our bright ideas turn to dark and dismay. People try to help you, but you push them away. We grow pale under these dark clouds of depression. I gotta break out. That's why I'm leaving this town. We always say things get better, not when I'm high. I gotta break out. That's why I'm leaving this town. The only way things get better is to get out now. Oh.
Distortion was the word I was looking for earlier.
I gotta break out. That's why I'm leaving this town. We always say things will get better now when I'm out. I gotta break out. That's why I'm leaving this town. The only way things will get better is to get out now.
Ash Grunwald. Yeah, I like he, you know, here we go again, man. This old Texas guy run out of words. I like the fact that he pushes that envelope, you know. And I think he's talking about part of this being in some kind of depression, you know, and I just want to say, I don't know what that's like personally, but I know what it's like to, well, I don't, man. That's not even right to say that. It's like, you know, me saying I know what it's like for somebody to be racist or be racist against. So I won't say that I know what it's. I know what they're experiencing when they're depressed, because there's been some celebrities who've had it all, man. I won't name any names, but y'all know who I'm talking about. You know, who had a depression, a mental depression, a mental illness, and had, you know, they had the mansions, they had the money, they had the family, and they couldn't escape the depression unless they took their own life. And so it's not something to, you know, I think back in the 60s and 70s, I think that the train of thought would be, you know, suck it up, buttercup. You know, I mean, it's not all roses, you know. But I think we know more now, you know, or at least we can at least listen, you know, listen to somebody. I mean, if for instance, Robin Williams, if you'd have been sitting at a bar with Robin Williams before he took his own life, and he was to tell you that, you know, he just don't like to live, you know, because he's depressed, and you would think, like, good Lord, man, millions of people love you, millions of people know you, you have a beautiful family, you have cars, and you don't have to want for anything. You have the finances, and you always will, and you can leave. When you leave this earth, you know, your legacy you left behind for your ancestors will be awesome. You would not be able to understand what these poor people are going through mentally. So for Ash Grunwald to bring it up, I think opens up a book for some people, maybe, that if they are experiencing, that they go tell somebody, you know, ending your life. I don't even know how I got on this, to tell you the truth, but ending your life is selfish. You may be out of it, you know, you won't know because you're dead. But your family has to live with that stigma and that sense of loss forever, you know. So it's selfish in some respects, but I'm not experiencing that. So I don't know. I wish I was smart enough to know all these social issues and these mental issues. And I've dealt with a lot of mentally, how would I put this? A lot of people in mental distress, you know, that some are violent, some are, they can't stop crying. You know, they roll up into a fetal position, and, you know, they're 6'6" and weigh, you know, 300 pounds and of solid muscle, and they're crying like a baby because of mental distress. And I don't know what causes it and what's the right answer, but I pray for those people. You know, I always try to treat them with care, compassion, you know, when it presented itself, and, you know, maybe they remember it. Maybe they don't have a memory at all of the interaction, but, you know, we're not all the same, man. When I was 20 years old, you couldn't get me to believe that. When I was 30, couldn't get me to believe that. But I've experienced it through, you know, through my occupation. So I know that it exists, and I know it's not suck it up, buttercup. It's more of an issue than that. So for Ash to bring that up in his course, I think is pretty cool. All right, man. Thank you for joining me. Thanks for sticking around, and send me more requests, man. I'll get them done. I'm still working on a whole list here, and I've got another page that's full, and believe it or not, another list here. So I am just stoked, man. I'm loving it, and I hope you all are too. So that's going to do it for me. I'm going to cruise on out of here, man. Thank y'all for showing up. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and until then, let's watch old Blue drive off into the sunset, and I'll see y'all the next time. So until I see you all again, I'll catch y'all down the road. Adios, amigos.